John won it, so he will be in the PGF Season 6 tournament, such as yourself.
Yes, sir.
$100,000 going to the team that wins, plus if you get into the playoff tournament, you have the opportunity to win another $20,000.
Yeah.
How much does that motivate you?
Oh, it motivates me a lot. I've been a little bit out of the scene for the last 2 years or so. I've been trying to get better at my striking. Then I've been trying to get a MMA fight for now a year and a few months. And it's been a hustle, being a little bit stuck with like contracts and some politics and stuff like that. People pulling out last second. So I haven't fought MMA yet, and I've been just sitting at home like watching everyone competing all the time. So when they hit me up about PGF and they kind of explained the format, I was like, oh, this is interesting. This sounds cool. You know, because one thing is I go and I do a super fight against someone that's actually really good and is more active than me. I'm like, okay, that's nice, but I'm going to have to change everything around.
It's going to completely
like
change
if I
your
can
lifestyle.
do 12 matches in a row, like that kind of puts my mind in almost like I'm going to take a week free from training. I live here in Las Vegas anyway.
Yeah.
You know, take a week off from teaching.
Sure.
And I'm just going to come here, you know, train and grapple with these guys. Like if I was in my own gym or in a giant open mat, it's kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, because it's not all riding on one match. You have multiple opportunities.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. 12 matches. If I get a few submissions, I'm already going to be super happy, you know, try to make sure I stay healthy so I can do all those 12.
Speaking about the submissions, how do you feel about, you know, that's how you score points in order to get into the playoffs. How do you feel about the chokes being worth 6 points and the other submissions being worth 3?
It's hard for me to say that I love the idea, just because my main thing is arm bars. I love arm bars.
Oh, okay.
Flying arm bar, flying stuff in general. I feel like flying stuff should be
I
like
think
10
that's
points,
your game.
maybe.
Yeah.
10 points, let's fight for that. But I like the idea. I understand the idea, like, behind it in a way. I believe so. That it's because people probably don't want to see two guys attacking leg locks the whole time. But like I said, yeah, if I'm looking like from the standpoint of like flying armbar is cooler than a guillotine off a double leg, you know.
Does that change your approach at all?
Yeah, half and half, you know. Like I'm definitely gonna bite and stay tighter on those, you know, attacks on the neck, like such as guillotines, darces, or trying to keep the back so I can finish in the back. Again, it also depends, you know. Like at the end of the day, I feel like if you're trying to be too picky with which submission you're going to get, you might not get it because it's 6-minute rounds, I believe.
Yeah, 6-minute rounds.
So, you know, like 6-minute rounds is like a regular round. Against a good guy, it's not super easy to tap them like that fast sometimes, you know. So I might get it whatever I get, but I'm definitely going to be doubling my training chokes, you know.
Let's talk about the coaches. We got 4 world-class jiu-jitsu coaches.
Yeah.
You know, Roger Gracie, Higan Machado, Eddie Bravo, Andre Galval. Do you have a coach that you're like, I hope this guy get?
It's hard to say that, yeah.
Do you not want to say it?
I don't want to hurt.
But do you have one in your mind though?
Expecting that they might not look into it. They might not watch this. Well, I come from IBJJF side. You know, it doesn't mean that I'm like an IBJJF guy. I don't consider myself. I feel like I'm a mix.
Sure.
A hybrid of both sides of no gi and gi. But I do have a lot of respect for Andre Galvan, Roger Gracie, you know. So I feel like from them I could even ask like so much questions that I would have answered from stuff that I watched them doing.
Right.
It would be awesome to have that.
You bring your gi in.
Yeah, but at the same time, like if I go with Rigan Machado or Eddie Bravo, you know, they both gonna have such cool details. Like, you know, on Machado's side, he will know stuff. There's like, you know, Ricks and Gracie's style, I feel like, you know, invisible jiu-jitsu details.
These guys have been a black belt since we were born.
And they know way too much. And Eddie Bravo, on the other hand, is like a guy that will be able to teach me all the weird stuff that like I didn't have close contact with yet, you know. So you would be also awesome. So any of them would be very cool, you know. But
how difficult is it to make a living just doing professional jiu-jitsu?
It's getting better nowadays, you know. But like you gotta see what is if that's your only way of income, then you better be super busy. And you better be a good guy negotiating contracts. And
you gotta hustle, yeah.
And you gotta make sure you're always on the internet. And you gotta make sure you expose yourself well. There's a lot of side hustles to that hustle itself,
right.
You know, like. But it's getting better nowadays. It's getting a lot better. I knew it, but like I guess I always wanted to fight MMA. So right now, like that's the thing that's being, you know, in my heart. Like I want to fight. I want to see how it feels. If I really don't like it, I'm back. But you know, I really want to make that happen. So that's the reason why I went. It wasn't so much like, oh, can't make enough money in jiu-jitsu, but part of it, yeah, it's like it's not like we're gonna make life-changing money just yet.
Right.
But it's getting there. Like people like PGF, they pay you 40,000. You get those 40,000. You do something with that money.
For some guys,
you're able to make that money make you money.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna be making money, and then you
Yes.
can leave. Now you can save the money of the other stuff that comes.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah.
What weight class are you looking to go into in MMA?
I'm trying to fight a lightweight first, you know, and then, of course, if I can make lightweight and I feel good, maybe I'll try to squeeze in and go even featherweight. But I don't think so. I think I'll be.
Have you had any MMA record? Or do
No.
you have? It's just
No.
no amateurs.
As of
Just
right now, no amateurs.
how
just
difficult is
straight
it to
up
make the
jiu-jitsu.
transition? Are you
It
just
is
a
weird
pure
at
grappling
first.
guy? Did you do any
Yeah,
striking
pure
coming up?
growing up, I did a little bit here and
Yeah.
there. I always did like the beginning of it and would stop. 6 months into it, stay on it, and then stop and start training full jiu-jitsu, go compete.
Yeah,
bigger
yeah.
competition. So I would always like stop because, you know, I wanted to focus more on jiu-jitsu. Now with that said, it sucks to be a white belt or anything, you know, even a blue belt or anything.
I know.
After you like you finally got to the level that I'm at in jiu-jitsu, where like I don't find a whole lot of guys out there that are like killing me. You go to MMA, I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting pissed up. So it happens, you know, it's like part of the game. I'm getting used to a lot of it, but I do enjoy. I do like, you know, like it's hard to say enjoy getting punched in the face.
Yeah,
I enjoy
yeah.
punching people in the face more than I enjoy.
Feels a
getting
lot
punched.
better, right?
A lot better. Yeah.
How much does it change jiu-jitsu for you?
It changes quite a bit on the sense of control comes as a #1 priority. So you would like change even the way that I trained my whole life if I knew like, okay, I didn't see that part, like I didn't train for that aspect of like, if I do take someone down, I'm trying to really hold them down first. That whole fight might last like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and now you're like burning yourself out just trying to hold the guy down because as a striker guy, I'm going against a good grappler. I don't want to stay there. I'm going to touch my butt on the ground. I'm trying to get up as fast as I can. So jumping on the back stand is not a great idea. Like you can get some stuff from there, but it's not great. There's like few things I'm finding out. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm better off keeping them down. So that part's kind of weird. That changed just a little bit. You just low things down. But other than that, it's like a pressure passing style, you know. You can sneak in weird stuff too.
Yeah.
Especially because a lot of the MMA guys, honestly, I want to say a good 90%, they don't really fuck around with jiu-jitsu.
Just
They think
defense
it's
mostly?
just like, yeah, I'll be fine and I'll just get up. Or,
Punch you in the face.
yeah, if I punch you in the face, things change.
I find they
So, like,
focus a lot on defense.
standing, yeah, but on the ground,
Yeah.
like I'm like, yeah, if I can't punch you in the face and I'm on top, it just made my life a whole lot easier.
Why is it that some of the guys that are really good in jiu-jitsu and MMA aren't the best jiu-jitsu guys in just jiu-jitsu? Like if they just did jiu-jitsu, they
Yeah.
would lose, but
Yeah.
when you could punch, suddenly they could tap
You're like,
everybody
oh my God,
out.
that works. Yeah. I feel like guys like, if you look at like a Charles Oliveira, right?
Yeah.
Charles Oliveira. He was really good in jiu-jitsu. I grew up watching him as a blue purple belt.
Sure.
But then at 18, he started fighting MMA, so boom, gone jiu-jitsu, right? He started doing MMA a lot. With that said, his style was so explosive, and I remember back then even jiu-jitsu while he was still trying to do it, he wasn't winning the biggest competitions, but state-wise, city-wise, he was mashing everybody. Very fun style to watch.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the part of like jiu-jitsu that becomes hard. Like, you know, like when guys are really technical and they train a lot, they can shut down a lot of doors for you. So
Yeah,
if
they
you're a
can.
guy that just fight forward and you're trying to get a finish, you might not get it and you end up losing by score, or you end up losing because you just didn't strategize well.
Right,
You know,
right.
so not always the best fighter is the best strategist, you know, or
Sure.
the best guy at like leading the match. I feel like I got a little bit of both. I like fighting a lot, but I got a lot of that strategy side and, you know, make it look like I'm the one that's always attacking. I'm the one that's, you know, like I feel like I done that a lot in jiu-jitsu because I was like fighting forward, but I had to win, you know. So I went through that too, like not winning for a long time and then finally like, okay, now I'm able to match this exciting style with actually going all the way to the finals and winning the finals no matter what, you know.
And understanding. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a big step.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big step. Well, I'm excited that you're coming out for season 6. It's shaping up to be a great
sir.
season. There's a lot of talented grapplers that have already signed on. Is there anybody in particular who has announced for PGF season 6 that you're looking forward to fighting? You got guys like PJ Barch. You got guys.
Oh,
that
he's
are-
on it too.
I
missed that.
I'm not positive. I think he might be. Yeah. So
You think it might be? That's cool. So I fought PJ before. I haven't fought none of the other guys. You know.
None of
I
them.
trained with Andy for a very long time.
You got the 3-time PGF champion Elijah Carlton
I know.
saying
Check that guy out.
he's saying
Check
that
guy
he's
out.
gonna slam dunk on all you guys.
That's awesome.
He said it's easy money, man.
He's right. He should be, feeling like that. He's the guy that knows
He's
better
the champ.
than rules say. He's been winning. His confidence should be up. With that said, no, I'm paying attention to you, dog. You're not going to catch me sleeping. I'm not always sleeping on you thinking that, oh, yeah, whoever is this guy. Now I'm watching. I see your leg locks out there, I'm going to study, modify some stuff because I'm going to come ready.
We got Canuto paying attention to what's going on out here.
100%. Like, I feel like a big part of my success, especially Nogi, is putting respect on what guys are good at, and their strengths and the things that they do often. And I study a lot of real good guys, and that's how I got my name out there on the scene. I was able to beat really good guys, like from when I was like first coming out on the scene, nobody knew me. Made a name to myself beating good guys by that, like studying, watching, figuring out where they're good at, how can I counter things, how can I set them up. So
where did you first compete at? Did you ever compete in Proving Grounds in Utah?
Yes,
Do you have dude, I think I lost to your friend, Enrique.
Oh, you fought Enrique there.
Dude, he smashed me, dude.
Okay, Enrique, honestly, on the gym, he would smash me
Dude,
too.
listen. So
This is crazy too.
I was 40.
Yeah,
I think I was 39.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
supposed to fight someone else, and they said,
yeah.
"Oh, we got a different guy." And I'm like, "Okay, who is he?" They're like, "Oh, he's young. He's 19." And I'm like, "Okay, where's he from?" And they're like, "Somebody that Drysdale knows." That's all they said. Somebody that Drysdale knows. Like, okay. Yeah, he smashed me, dude.
Yeah.
He took my back so fast. So fast.
Yeah, that's what's like. So he's the kind of guy that, like, if you watched, you would be like, oh, fuck, this guy has good back takes. Let me I'll let him pass my guard, but I'm not going to turn my back.
Yeah.
There's guys that have really good back takes, like guys like Roberto Jimenez that are training with, for example, is like really good back takes. They won't lose the back. My wife, Raquel, they won't lose the back. It's so annoying when they have that good back control. And Hike was one of them.
He was dope.
Like, he would jump on her back and stay so tight, and I'm like, oh, shit.
You got the flying armbar in Bill Cooper
Yeah.
I was there, man. I remember that, bro.
Yeah, that was a cool day, man. That was an awesome day.
Yeah.
I was totally broke. I got here. I had to pay for my green card, papers.
Was that your first tournament
and I had
here?
no money. Yeah, it was the first tournament for money.
I was there,
First
dude.
time
I
made some
remember.
money here, yeah.
You tapped Bill Cooper because Bill Cooper was a well-known guy for us. We're like, Bill Cooper, he's gonna compete.
You know what is funny? Like I remember being on Facebook back then, right? And I click on Facebook and I open. The first thing that popped up is like, Bill Cooper has a new opponent. And I looked and I was like, oh shit, Bill Cooper is the same event that I'm fighting. That's sick. I literally was like, that's sick. Before I could finish that in my head, I was like, oh, sick. And then it's like, Renato Canuto. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like, what?
Oh, that's me.
And then I was like, shit, that's cool. But shit.
Yeah.
He tapped my coach, Rodrigo Cavaca, back in the day. That's like, Rodrigo Cavaca,
Cooper did.
Yeah, he's like a giant. Dude,
yeah.
Close to me, he's like a freaking.
He's a very well-known name.
6'1" or something, And I was like, how the hell? I remember this guy, because I remember back then, watching him and Jeff Fulover winning grappler class and things like that.
I mean, those were the guys back then.
Yeah, it was cool. I remember watching. I was like, oh, these guys having fun jiu-jitsu, because I like, I tried to develop a fun jiu-jitsu.
Get that mixtape,
like,
watching all their moves and shit. Yeah.
So it was cool, and it was kind of scary for like a week. And then I remember a drunk friend of mine came to the gym, and he was like a little bit hammered. And he came by just to hang out. He's like, brother, you're going to kill him, man. Don't even worry. So not always the guy that
you're like, I got it.
Yeah, I was like, so kind of in my head a little bit the day before. And I was just kind of like, fuck, am I going to do well with this guy? What am I going to do? And he's like, man, you got it, dude. He's old. You got this, man. You're the new generation. And I was like, you know what? You're right. So I fell into that vibe, and I
You flying on
took the energy. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get him.
You won that tournament.
I did win that tournament that day. Yes, sir.
Did you beat David Mitchell that day too, I think?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
David Mitchell was a training
vibes.
partner of mine. Yeah. David Mitchell was tough, man. Two David Mitchells, the other David Mitchell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I remember you. I always remembered you from then. Then when I see you on TV, I'm like, I remember that guy was there.
I know. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's so dope.
You hit the flying armbar, and I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah. Because Enrique had the biggest, he made me look terrible.
Yeah.
And everybody remembered. And then you did that, and everyone forgot about me. So you saved me. You saved me, brother.
I can't remember. Who was the guy that won that division? Do you remember? He used to tap everyone of the Ezekiel from bottom. He's kind of a goof guy, honestly.
I think
it was fight to wins. He would come as Elvis Presley.
I think it was David Mitchell.
Was it?
I think it was David. Wasn't it David?
Was it? Maybe. I was in the division below, though. You guys were on the division above.
He was a heavyweight.
Okay. So no, I didn't fight that guy. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it is David Mitchell. I do remember that name. That's why.
Yeah.
But he beat my friend Enrique like that. He let him come up on half guard,
You're right.
and then he's hugging his
got him
head,
with
and
the-
smashing, and he freaking tapping Ezekiel from bottom. I was like, how?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I always try to come up with that move, and I see like guys like Greg Jones hitting it. I just feel like my wrist can do that. You know?
Yeah. I know
can't
what you
really do
mean.
that
Just
motion.
doesn't have that same
I just don't
dexterity.
have the angle that they're
Yeah.
doing, you know. But as an interesting submission.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm
that's so
stoked
cool,
to
man.
see you, man. Thanks for dropping
same
in.
here,
Hanato Canuto, catch him at PGF Season 6 coming up. The draft is on April 21st. All the bangers are going to be there. All the money's on the line, man.
Coming out of full force, coming out for the whole 40, you know.
Can't wait,
Nothing
man.
less, nothing less.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, sir.
I'll let you get to your night, man.
pleasure,
Thanks a
man.
lot,
Thanks so
dog.
much.
I'll hit you up. We'll have you on Inside BJJ.
For sure, let's do it.
We got to get
Let's
you
do it.
on, bro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you,
All right,
brother.
man. I'll hit
Take
you.
care.
Yes, sir. So we are matside. We're going to wrap this. Thank you guys for checking it out. Make sure you go to pgf.world. Get all the information coming up for Season 6. April 21st is the draft. You don't want to miss it. Keep up to date with all that's going on in PGF land. Also check out InsideBJJ.com. That's my podcast. Make sure you come and listen to it. We'll get a final sign-off with the man. I just got to catch up with Hanato, man. It's been a long time. I was at Hanato's first tournament in the U.S. that he won.
Really?
Man, I remember.
What was it?
It was PGF. No, sorry. It was what is that called? It's
don't
one
know,
in
dude.
Utah.
Just
Proving
making stuff
Grounds.
up.
Proving Grounds.
Okay.
Invitational.
They
yeah.
let you in Utah?
Yeah, they let me in twice, man. Twice, dude. Yeah.
All right.
He did
That
great.
surprises me.
He flying armbarred Bill Cooper,
That's pretty crazy.
and nobody knew who he was. We all knew who Cooper was. Nobody knew who Nato Canuto was.
Canuto's the man.
Yeah, he was the
As far
man.
as like game goes,
Well, we knew after that.
as far as excitement goes, Canuto and Andy Varela both being on the roster this season is crazy. What do you think? Were you happy?
Heck yeah.
Glad you did this?
Dude, this rocked, man. It was a great night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. You like the way we do the tournament?
Big turnout. Yeah. I
We
think
pump through it, dude.
it moves well. That's what it needs to do. It's better to give guys just barely enough time than to give them too much.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You can't drag it, man.
What? Who was your favorite guy to watch that you saw?
You know, I love my 10P fam, but I got to say I really enjoyed watching Carnal tonight.
Yeah, we invited Carnal.
I think that's a strong move, man.
Carnal is officially on the roster.
I think he earned a
so
spot.
You heard it here.
That's
Carnal
awesome.
officially on the roster.
That's a strong move. Anybody else get an invite tonight?
We got several alternates,
There you go.
and we reserved the right. We're thinking about putting one more guy in to the actual roster, but that'll have to. That's not ready to announce yet. We'll see.
Got to figure that out.
Yeah, we got to talk to him. See,
We've had a great night, man.
talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
I'll give you a topic.
Yeah. There you go.
What'd you think about the flag?
So
chat. What did you think about the flag? I want to know what the chat thought too.
Yeah, I got good feedback. I asked Michael John about the flag, and he felt like it really kicked the action up.
And the whistle.
The whistle and the flag together. We got to work on the timing. Like, the flag goes out, the whistle needs to
Yeah,
be.
yeah. That was our first time.
No,
that was
but
our first
that was
time.
good.
Yeah, and I won't be throwing the flag during the regular season.
Who ref tonight?
His name's Johnny.
Johnny did a good
Black
job.
belt. He's one of Casey's.
He did a good job.
I don't think he's one of Casey's black belts, but he's a black belt that trains here with Casey.
He caught on, like, oh, boom, boom, then
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
on it. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
man,
he
I
did
think
great.
the flag and the whistle's great. I think the whistle is an homage to wrestling. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The flag is an homage to the NFL, which is just as beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Just make sure you don't hit anyone in the eye, and I think you're going to be solid.
I was
man.
trying to hit somebody in the eye, but I just kept missing.
Yeah, I think I could show you a few things about throwing, probably.
Yeah, is it all about like
It's like the action and the angle, the release.
I figure you would be like pretty expert at this.
You got to be the ball. I always take the high road.
It's your wheelhouse.
It's my wheelhouse. It's my roadhouse.
Indeed, it is.
This is my roadhouse.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for jumping in and joining us. Don't forget, PGF Season 6. PGF Season 6 starts April the 21st with our player draft, our auction draft. 4 incredible coaches: Andre Galva, Hajer Gracie, Higan Machado, Eddie Bravo. They'll be selecting 5 athletes for each of their teams from the 20 provided for the roster. And then once they split them up, they're going to go at it 4 days in a row, 12 matches per athlete. The winning team takes home $100,000. The top 8 scoring athletes move into the Friday playoff where they'll fight for an additional $20,000. And we're doing it all right here in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada. Live on YouTube. Take it easy, kids.
Peace.